Okay, our next topic is the cell culture and its advantages. We have to understood that what is the meaning of the cell culture and what are the different advantage provided by the cell culture. We are discussing the plant tissue culture methods under the topic morphogenesis. Now, under this particular topic of morphogenesis, we should understand the each and every aspect regarding the morphogenesis during the plant tissue culture, and cell culture is one of its part. During this cell culture, generally the single cell is extracted, and this single cell, then we plant them in our appropriate media so that it can convert into the whole new plant. Now, this particular cell culture technique has its own advantages, and that is why it becomes very, very important from the UPSC mains examination point of view, that you should understand carefully what is the meaning of cell culture and what are the different advantages of it. Okay, so consider this is your syllabus. We are dealing with the paper number 1 and the chapter number 5, that is the morphogenesis, and here you should understand the cell culture. Okay, then after that, after the cell culture, we should understand tissue culture, organ culture, as well as the protoplast culture. Okay, every type of culture is different from the other type of culture and has their own advantages, and that is why you should be able to distinguish between the cell culture and tissue culture, then the cell culture, organ culture, or the cell culture and the protoplast culture. And that is why it becomes very eminent to understand the basic differences between these different types of plant tissue culture techniques. All right. So now let us focus on the cell culture. See, the plant cell suspension culture, it involves the growth of a single or a small group of plant cells in the liquid growth medium. Now here, what we are saying, generally the single cell or the group of plant cells are grown in the liquid medium. Okay, here the word liquid medium is important because in the rest of our tissue culture we use the solid media. As you know, we have talked about the medium, lots of things we have discussed regarding the growth media and how this media is prepared and what are the different nutrients which are present in the new media. All these things were discussed in the previous video lectures, right? So basically this media during the plant cell suspension culture or single cell culture, it is an liquid media and not the solid media. Generally, the solid media is used for the callus culture, while for the single cell culture, only the liquid media is used. Okay, so basically, this difference is there between the callus culture and the single cell culture is that during the single cell culture we always use the liquid medium, and as the name suggests, generally we use the single cell or a very small group of cells to grow to grow this group of cells in the liquid media to convert this group of cells into the whole new plant. So basically plant cell culture or plant suspension culture is growing the single or the small group of cells in the liquid medium. Now see, the cell suspension culture, it is usually initiated by the transfer of a plant callus cells into the liquid medium. Now see, this is very important. Now from where it started, what is the process of the cell culture or single cell culture? Now see, in the single cell culture, just like the plant tissue culture, it normally starts with taking the explant. Okay, we will first take the explant, and this explant will grow on the solid medium to create the callus. Okay, and as you know, we have defined callus. Callus is nothing but the undifferentiated mass of cells. So till the formation of callus, the process is same. We will take the explant, then we will sterilize this explant, we will maintain the aseptic condition in the lab, then we will grow this particular explant on the solid medium, most probably the AMS medium. Then after the formation of callus, we will transfer the some cells of the callus into the liquid medium, and from here we can say the process of a single cell culture started. So basically, what is the source of these single cells? From where these single cells are coming to have the single cell culture technique? These single cells are coming from the callus. So taking the explant, sterilizing it, growing it on the solid medium, then converting it into the callus, and this callus will then provide the single cells for the single cell cultures. Okay, so basically right from the callus we will transfer the cells into the liquid medium, it containing the combination of a plant growth regulators and the chemical to promote the disintegration of cells into the single cell medium or the clump of cells. Okay, so basically the callus is the group, it's a undifferentiated mass of cells. Generally it looks like this. Okay, callus is the contain a very high amount of these cells, and generally these cells are undifferentiated cells. Okay, they are not differentiated into the any other organ. All the cells look similar, and it is the bunch. Okay, a bunch of callus is there, and it contains the many cells. Now some portion of this cell is transferred to the liquid medium, and this liquid medium contains the very particular plant growth regulators, plus it also has the chemicals which will promote the disintegration of a cells into single cells. That is, we want to separate each and every cell from the callus tissue. Whatever the callus tissue we are taking, this callus tissue should separate its cells by using the chemicals which are present in that particular growth medium or the liquid growth medium. Right. So what is the first aim here to do the single cell culture? The very first aim to separate the cells which are undifferentiated in the callus. Okay, when we transfer the undifferentiated callus cells into the liquid medium, the very first priority is to separate these cells from the one another, and various types of the chemicals are used to separate these particular chemicals or the clump of the cells from the one another. These chemicals are already present in the liquid medium. Okay, so this is how it starts. Right from the beginning, right from taking the explant, this technique, it looks like a typical plant tissue culture technique. But after the formation of callus, what we do, we take the some portion of the callus and transfer it to the liquid medium. Now, once it is in the liquid medium, we should pour such a type of chemicals and the plant growth regulator, which will allow this particular callus to get separated from the one another, and individual single cells should form, or the small clump of cells should be formed there. Okay. Now see. Now, continued cell growth will require that the liquid culture are shaken at a low speed to promote the aeration and the chemical exchange with the medium. Now see, once the cells are get separated from the one another, what we do after that, we always give the agitation treatment to these cell cultures. Now these single cells which got separated from the one another, they should have the very proper growth medium. Now these single cell, each and every cell should get the proper nutrition out of the medium, and that is why they were always shaken at the very low speed to promote the aeration and the chemical exchange with that of the medium. That is, each individual cell should exchange the chemical material with that of the medium, and for doing that, we should shake the whole culture at a very low speed. Okay, so these low speeds are used, low speed shaking is used to create the contact between the cell and the growth medium. Now this growth medium will provide nutrition to the cells once these cells get contact with the medium, and the sufficient aeration is provided due to the shaking, and due to this the chemical exchange occur between these plant cells, single plant cells, with that of the growth medium. So continued shaking at the very low speed will promote the aeration and the chemical exchange between the single cell and the medium which is present. Okay, so generally, you know, the liquid medium we are using, and this shaking will provide this liquid to get incorporated within these individual plant cells. So this is how the cell culture occurs there. Okay, now see, the suspension cell culture, it is often used in the research application where to assess the single cell is important. Now see, what are the different advantages of the single cell. Okay, and now we are culturing the single cell, and now after absorbing these nutrient media from the liquid medium, this single cell can grow into the whole new plant. Okay, that is, the single cell has its ability to get converted into the whole new plant. We have discussed what is the name of this potential. This is called as the totipotency, because every cell, every living cell in the plant body has its potential to grow and convert into the whole new plant using the plant tissue culture techniques. So here the single cell is getting converted into the whole new plant through the processes of the plant tissue culture. So basic outline, what is the basic outline for the cell culture? Now first of all, we will extract the explant from the plant, right? After that, this explant will grow on the solid medium. What will happen after that? The callus will get formed, and out of this callus, some cells got transferred to the liquid medium. Where they got transferred? They got transferred to the liquid medium. Then the shaking is there, constant shaking. Due to this shaking, the liquid medium got absorbed into the single cell, right? And after the cells get separated and they absorb the sufficient amount of the medium, these plants have ability to get converted into the whole new plant. Okay, so this is how the single cell culture works. Okay, basically it starts with the typical plant tissue culture methods, and lastly the single cell get converted into the whole new plant. Now what are the advantages of this technique? Okay, advantages are important to be mentioned because they were particularly asked by the UPSC mains examination. Okay, now see, the suspension cell culture, they are often used in the research application where there is a assess of the single cell is important. Now where the single cell, how the single cell is growing, or how single cell grows into the whole new organism, if this has to observe, then in such a research application the cell culture plays a very important role, because here what you can understand is how the single cell is step wise get converted into the whole new plant. Okay, and all these steps can be easily observed during the plant tissue culture technique of the single culture. right? So this is the basic advantage of the cell culture technique. Now this suspension bath can provide a sufficient means for selecting out the cells with the desirable traits such as the herbicide tolerance or the salt resistance. Now see, very important application of the cell culture. Now see, for example, you have taken the 10 cells and you have placed all of these 10 cells in the 10 different beakers, okay, and these are 10 different beakers contains the liquid medium, okay, and in this liquid medium you have placed these cells. Now this liquid medium will allow these cells to grow into the new plant. Now you can add the herbicide into some of the petri dishes, okay, and you can check if the cell can tolerate the herbicide tolerance or the salt tolerance, okay. You can provide any type of stress into these particular petri dishes, and you can observe whether the cell is going to tolerate these particular stresses, whether it is a herbicide stress or whether it is a salt tolerance stress, okay. So basically here you can understood that which plant cell has this ability to tolerate the different kinds of stresses and which cells are there which can ultimately die due to these stresses, okay. So you can select the very desirable traits, okay. If the cell is performing good and they can resist every kind of stress, you can select that cell to create into the whole new plant. Now that plant will also have the tolerance for the various stresses, okay. So for selecting the desirable traits, this cell culture provides a tremendous opportunity, right? You can observe and you can perform the experiments on them by giving the herbicide or the salt tolerance stress, and you can select the very appropriate cells which are which are showing very high amount of the stress resistance, right? Because the bath in the uniform come in contact with all of the cells at a once, okay. So basically by performing these kinds of experiment, you can easily select the very powerful cells which can tolerate the every kind of stress which is present in the environment once the plant is grown up, okay. So this is the very first application of the cell culture in the research application. Now consider this differs from the callus culture, okay, because this particular cell culture is quite different from the callus culture, where only those cells come in contact with the solid medium can be selected by the chemical addition to the medium. That literally means, for example, here you should understand carefully. Now see, consider this is an callus, okay. This is an whole callus. This is an callus culture, okay, and this is an growth medium, okay, and the growth medium coming in contact with these cells, okay. So you can clearly observe these cells are coming in contact with the growth medium, but not these cells, okay. So some part of the cells are coming in contact with the growth medium and some portion of the cell is not coming in contact with the growth medium. Now on the other hand, if you consider the single cell culture, okay, all cells are single cells like this. Now each and every cell coming in contact with the medium. So here there is a great application that every cell can be treated individually, okay, because every kind of a cell coming in contact with the growth medium, unlike that of the callus where all the cells are not coming in contact with the solid medium, but here in the liquid medium, the every single cell coming in contact with the liquid medium. Hence you can carefully or successfully complete the experiment to know the stresses, different kinds of stresses which is responded by the every individual cell, okay. But here in the callus culture you cannot do this, and that is why these cell culture or the liquid culture provide an advantage over the callus culture. Now see, the suspension culture, they can also provide the convenient means of producing and collecting the chemicals plants secrete. Now see, this is the second most advantage of the cell culture is that we can extract the chemicals which are secreted by these individual cells. Whatever the chemicals which are secreted by these individual cells can be individually extracted from this single cell culture. That is, if you provide any environmental stress to these individual single cell, and in response they were producing certain kinds of secondary compounds, these secondary compounds can be extracted, and as you know, many secondary metabolites are useful in our medicinal industry, right? So many secondary compounds can be created using the single cell culture, and these secondary chemical compounds are very convenient means for producing the these single cell cultures are very convenient for producing these kinds of plant chemical which can be used for the human benefit purpose, okay. Now see, these include the important plant metabolites such as the secondary metabolites, then the food products, oils and medicinal chemicals, all can be secreted by these cells. If these cells are not producing them naturally, we can provide the stress to these plants to produce that particular chemical. So once they produce this chemical, we can extract this chemical at a very large scale and we can use them for the human purpose. So the second most important thing which is provided by the cell culture to us is to start the at max chemicals from the plant cells which are secreted when they were given the particular stress, okay. Now consider, See, in addition, the plant suspension culture can often be used to promote the whole plants via process known as somatic cell embryogenesis. Now, by using the somatic cell embryogenesis, we can create the whole new plants by using this particular plant tissue culture. Now, a single cell can be converted into the whole new plant if you provide an appropriate condition, right aseptic condition, right process of sterilization, rightly created liquid medium. So, all these conditions can give you the whole new plant which can be created out of only the single cell. Okay, only the one single cell is created. Out of the one single cell, the whole new plant is created through the process known as the somatic cell embryogenesis. Okay, now see, for some plants this provide a more convenient means of regenerating the whole plants after the genetic engineering takes place at the single cell level. Now see, in the genetic engineering techniques, or say in the biotechnology, what we use in the biotechnology, for example, you have taken a cell and you have natural genetic material in it. Now somehow you want to insert some specific genes into this single cell, and then you have inserted some kind of a single gene which is present in this genome. Now this single cell can be cultured by using the single cell culture. Okay, now this genetically modified plant can be converted into the whole new plant by using the single cell culture, which will have the additional genes in its genome. Okay, so basically in this particular genome you will have the genes which are genetically added or by using the biotechnology, and these genetically modified cells can be grown by using the single cell culture to get converted into the whole new plant. Now this whole new plant will be the genetically modified plant. So basically here the technique of a biotechnology can be enhanced by using the single cell culture technique. Okay, this is the another very important advantage of the cell culture. Now consider, in the somatic cell embryogenesis, what will do, the plant suspension culture cells are transferred to the medium containing the combination of growth regulators and drive differentiation and the organization of the cells to form the individual embryos. Now for example, see, you have callus, okay, like this, undifferentiated mass of cell. Okay, this type of callus is there, and out of this callus you have taken some cells. Okay, and by shaking technique you have separated these cells from the one another. Okay, and now these individual cells will absorb the growth liquid medium from the surrounding, and this growth liquid medium which is present in the surrounding, this growth liquid medium will allow these particular cells to get converted into the embryo. Now after getting converted into the embryo, these embryos can be directly used as a for the process of the somatic cell embryogenesis. So basically in the somatic cell embryogenesis, what we do, whatever the suspension culture cells are there, they were transferred to the another growth medium which contains the very high growth regulators. Then it will drive the differentiation, that is the cell will differentiate from the one another, and then there will be the organization of the different organs, and in this way the individual embryos can be extracted from these cells and we can do the somatic cell embryogenesis. So this is the another advantage of the cell culture. Now under a dissection microscope, these embryos can be isolated and transferred to the new growth medium where they can grow into the individual plants. So basically whatever the embryos we are extracting in the somatic cell embryogenesis, these embryos can be transferred to the another medium to grow them and convert them into the whole new plant. Okay, so the somatic cell embryogenesis, for this technique the single cell culture act as a basis. Okay, so this is all about this topic. Okay, thank you very much for watching this video. Please like this video, share this video with your friends who are studying the botany, and if you haven't subscribed to the Botany After channel yet, please subscribe to the Botany After channel for UPSC examination. Again, thank you very much for giving your time. See you in the next video lecture. Thank you.